All right, we're going to have a bit of a deep conversation today. I'm going to have this conversation in two particular parts. The first part I wanted to touch upon is it is November the 21st, 2024. And yesterday was a day that a pretty famous or infamous woman was denied parole. And the woman's name is Susan Smith. Now, if you don't know about Susan Smith is a woman who, because she felt that she would have a better shot at a rich boyfriend, she decided to unalive her children that she had with her husband that she was still married to in order to free up her ability to get with a rich man. She blamed it on a person that looks like me. Not looks exactly like me, but she blamed it on a person that has my skin tone and my ethnicity. And during that period of time, people that look like me, of course, did not believe her because it didn't sound right. But people that did not look like me believed her wholeheartedly. There were some that didn't because it didn't sound right, but a vast amount of people that do not look like me believed her. And the day that they actually, released or that they arrested her for the crime because her lies could not catch up, or God would not allow the harm of those innocent children to go unpunished. That was a day of somberness, but joy in understanding that she was caught, that they weren't just going to let that lie. Because I'm in a country where that has happened quite a bit, where people like me have been blamed for things that people that don't look like me do. And decades upon decades would go without the truth being told. Look up the story of Emmett Till. But I wanted to touch upon Susan Smith because she did what she did in an era prior to the craziness that we're actually living in now. See, if Susan Smith had did what she did in today's age, there would be more than 100 different quote unquote psychologists to come and give her some sort of diagnosis to get off of. And we've seen that because after Susan Smith, you actually had Casey Anthony in Florida, who actually pulled a Susan Smith and got away with it. So the sickness and the illness of this world has actually been festering for a very, very long time. And there are people who are feeding into it for money, for fame, for notoriety, for various different reasons. These demons are feeding today. They are eating today. They are enjoying themselves today because we as humans, we as God's children are allowing it. Now, I wanted to bring up Susan Smith specifically because Susan Smith did what a lot of people have gotten away with. She was just caught. As I said, Casey Anthony was caught, but they still found her not guilty. But each and every day, there are many people, many women who are unaliving their kids. Many women that are going to a doctor to have their child removed. Many women who have had kids with people that they didn't want to, but it was not a situation of forced. You know what I mean? and are going to clinics to have the situation rectified. So we have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of Susan Smiths that are walking around each and every day. Now, I'm not talking about people who actually had a certain medical condition, babies, stillbirth, or, miscarriage. I'm not talking about stuff like that. So please stay out of my comments, or stay out of anywhere, if that's where you're going to bring up your madness. I'm talking about people who voluntarily want to have that done simply because they want to sacrifice that child to the hopes of a better life, like Susan Smith did. Susan Smith sacrificed her children in hopes for a better life with that rich guy and ended up with none of it. And that's what you get when you actually hurt innocents in order to gain. God is not going to like that. God doesn't let that stand. You may not see retribution today or tomorrow, but it eventually will come. So please, have a conversation with your family. Have a conversation with the men in your family and tell them to stop advocating that women go do that. Have a conversation with the women in your family and have them understand that that is sacrifice, blood sacrifice. And you're sacrificing a child to demonic spirits for hopes of a better situation that's not going to never come. So I just wanted to have that conversation with you. It's a deep conversation, I know, but I want you to be blessed. I want you to live life. I want you to love. Live in God's light because He wants you to. Be good. Stay good. And I love you.